Lawyers for the British socialite, Ghislaine Maxwell, are calling for a retrial following revelations about one of the jurors. Maxwell was convicted last week of sex trafficking and other charges for recruiting and grooming young girls for the late financier Jeffrey Epstein to abuse. One of the jurors on her case has since told media outlets that he was sexually abused as a child. The juror, who asked to be identified as Scotty David, told Reuters that during deliberations he shared his experiences after some of the jurors expressed skepticism about the accounts of two of Maxwell's accusers. In a letter to a US district judge, Maxwell's lawyer, Christian Everdell, said there were, quote, incontrovertible grounds for Maxwell to get a new trial. Everdell said disclosures by the juror influenced the deliberations and convinced other members of the jury to convict Ms. Maxwell. Maxwell faces up to 65 years in prison for her conviction. Her lawyers have until January the 19th to formally request a new trial and explain whether an inquiry is needed.
Hollywood was not expecting this. This was a surprise. Everyone was really looking forward to a robust award season, getting back on the red carpet, doing it in person with large audiences. Hollywood was, like everyone, is just in total shock because everything's being put on hold again. Hollywood has to really balance on a really, really thin, tight rope right now. Because remember, we're still in the midst of a horrible pandemic. So Hollywood has to be really careful with, if they're trying to bring back award season, they can't look like they don't care. They can't look like they're not, have the empathy for all the suffering that's going on out there. So I think if, they sort of take a few steps back with a bunch of these award shows, it's okay. And then really celebrate at the Oscars, I think they could be forgiven. It's, it is a major, major part of Hollywood. And, could Hollywood survive without awards? I can't imagine it, but I can never imagine where we're at today. So who knows?
I think that it is absolutely correct, because if someone's obligated to be vaccinated, it's the right thing, because it's saving and looking out for others.
I am vaccinated. I agree with the rules. But to tell the truth, I don't agree with all of them, because sooner or later the coronavirus will become like a simple flu, and we can't live in fear.
Rules are rules. And there are no special cases. Rules are rules. It's what I said to you yesterday. That's the policy of the government, and has been our government's strong border protection policies, and particularly in relation to the pandemic, that has ensured that Australia has one of the lowest death rates from COVID anywhere in the world. It is not appropriate for me to go into Mr Djokovic's own medical history. That would not be a fair thing for us to do. They are matters for him to discuss in terms of his own medical history. Entry with a visa requires double vaccination or a medical exemption. I'm advised that such an exemption was not in place, and as a result, he is subject to the same rule as anyone else. It is for the traveller to be able to assert and back up their ability to come into the country consistent with our laws. So they'll take advice from many places. No advice was provided by the Commonwealth Government, I underscore, but they will take advice, but it's up to them at the end of the day. And if they don't comply with the rules, then the Australian Border Force will do their job, and they have done their job.
The Golden Globes are happening on Sunday, but this will be a Golden Globes like no other. No celebrity presenters, no red carpet, no food, no drink, no actual award show. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association is going to be announcing the winners in some format. They haven't announced how. They haven't even said if it will be a live stream. As I exclusively reported, no celebrities agreed to be presenters at this year's Golden Globe.